Today we have a review for some items from Milwaukee MightyCon that we picked up. This is going to be 4 different creators, sets of creators or whatever, but they all seem to work for Starstruck Comics. I figured I'd put them all in one group, one video, and then that way I'll have all the information in the show notes for connecting with them individually if you would like. The first one I'm going to be mentioning is Gentleman Bones by Rand Diggity. The art of Rand Diggity. There's information, which I'll have in the show notes. If you want to look it up at the end of the show, so you can contact them. They have Starstruck Comics, Different Views, One Vision, Home of Creators. Starstruck Comics is an innovative and dedicated indie publisher specializing in exciting and provocative comics connecting fans with creators. Together, the community is rapidly expanding the exciting Starcross universe. Here's a variety of different comics that they have in the Starcross Comics universe that you can try and get your hands on if you would like. But this one is a little bit of color, a little bit of black and white. It's written, drawn, and colored by Rand Diggity. We have our demons that are plotting their plans, what they're messing with, and at the same time, we have our skeleton figure trying to figure out what's up, and while he's trying to figure out what he's searching for and what he's doing, he's got a samurai type character that gets trapped in another realm, kind of like Limbo, uh, Purgatory, and Limbo Purgatory. But skeleton character is stuck with the samurai character in Purgatory, and the samurai thinks that the demon skeleton character brought him there, but yet he doesn't know off the bat that the skeleton character was also sent there. So they cross paths, and you get to see how they work things out, and we find out interesting facts about the characters and what happens to them once they leave that realm. And it's very fun, interesting story. I enjoyed this. I like the Bones character. I want more of them. We've had our little skeletal style characters in the past we've enjoyed, and this one's a lot of fun too. So very happy with this. Glad I picked that one up from Rand Diggity. And then we got Free Comics. Next one. What else in there? I'm going to keep these bags because they work out good for separating the comics. Because usually when I get home from the cons, I have everything piled together. We have War Party. This is a very thick comic, and they use the nice printing companies with the heavier stock, so you're getting nice quality paper in here and stuff. But this is part 1 of this story is Redhead and the Black Axe. Painted style artwork. which if you follow me, you know I'm not huge on the painted style artwork. It can be pretty rough at times. This has moments where I'm trying to figure out what the beans are, what the things are that I'm looking for. I kind of felt like I was on a certain type of trip along the way during this one. But yeah, we follow our redhead character as she battles this knight and these other interesting characters along the way. We get a introduction into a variety of the superhero group War Party, where we get to meet characters like Sun Shadow, Sybil Twilight, Redhead, or Redhead character, and Circle. But this one I definitely have to read a second time. I got a little confused at moments. Wasn't quite sure where I was going. It's like you kind of had a cartoonist is the bad guy in this storyline, and it's created by, written by, and illustrated by Daniel Warshaw. Warschkow. Not exactly. I know I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm trying. It's raw awesomeness as you wish, but it felt kind of like you were trapped in a Saturday morning cartoon, and you're trying to battle your way out, and it's definitely unique. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna have to read this one a second time to try and figure out what exactly what the whole storyline of that one is. Then we got Dreamboat Rise of the Comics or Comets. This one is also done by Daniel Warschkow. Hopefully that's right. Well, we get to hear about this land. It's got, I think it's 3, 6, 9, 12 different locations on this island, but we focus on one main location in here. Uh, by the eyes of Freynell, by the light of the Fight House, to save the Skyfell, to safeguard the realm, I do pledge myself now. As a comet oath, but gets our character gets put into this planet. Not really a planet. It gets put into the land, uh, one part of that land, and kind of gets greeted by some characters that aren't very pleasant, aren't very friendly to her, and she has to try and figure out how to deal with them in here. And she gets a little help from some friends along the way, and we got all kinds of interesting beings that happen to pop up during their journeys and mess with them. Some very interesting giant frog type characters and stuff. Uh, got like a Cthulhu attack going on, but this one I enjoyed. This one I could follow a lot easier. There's a nice big character layout in the back, so you can get all kinds of fun information about each characters that you've seen in here. Some of the characters and some characters that you're not even introduced to yet. It's the Handbook of Somnia, but this one definitely could take a nice long journey going through all the different parts of the land and giving it a whole mythical travels, dealing with different things along the way. But it definitely fun. Oh, interesting look at different characters that I definitely want to find out more about. It's like, first off, Dreamboat is for you. It is through you that dreams come true. So thank you for joining me on this adventure. Your interest in my work means more to me than you'll ever know. Tells you the origin of Dreamboat and all that stuff on the back, but I'm not going to get into all that. You're going to have to get yourself a copy and check it out. But yeah, I like these characters that are in here. I want to know more about some of them. Very interesting ones that caught my eyes. Hopefully, we'll see more from that storyline. And then our last one from that creator. It's Ad Hoc Adventures #1, Blackhole Bubblegum, Bikini Oblivion. It's driving them crazy, but that's okay. Something has to. Again, you get some very interesting atmosphere and characters in here. Enter, you curious voyeur, this transcendental climb. Slip into something more comfortable, slay this buffet of reason and rhyme. The journey lay hungry, beyond these gates, edible sublime. Uh, we get our two main characters. They find some bubblegum, chew on it, blow some bubbles. All of a sudden, they got superhero costumes. And they take their costumes and go to deal with the environment around them, which we have some very interesting things like a floating shark character in here and stuff. And then as they deal with things and get further along with their battles and stuff, they end up chewing some more gum and advancing even further in their superhero journey, what they're going to turn into and stuff, what they are turning into. Very interesting, very curious. I definitely want to know what happens to these characters. So, gonna keep following, see what else there is out there with that. See if I can get deeper into them. And better make sure that this is all done by Daniel Warschkow. Yep. So, yeah, I will be checking out to see what else he has. And then our third creative group. This is done by Joe Spicer. Starcross Comics. And like I said, I'll have everything I can in the show notes for you. Gave me trading cards. These look like trading cards that I have. I don't know if they are from a set or they are ones that they made that reflect that style. I don't want to say Image Comics. I want to say more like Valiant or something like that. But I got a variety of characters showing on here that definitely look interesting that I'd like to learn more about. Some of them that I haven't heard or seen anything from. But we got Starcross Team Up, Starstruck and Trashman. This is an interesting duo of characters in this one also. This is creators Luke Stone and Joe Spicer did this one. We also have Brian S. Dawson helped out and Edgar Tabataz. But our trash character definitely has my interest. I want to know more about what's up with him. Goes into a cave, finds out that there's all these kinds of symbols and sketches in here, and they end up basically taking them into their own oblivion, their own hell spawns that they got to deal with and stuff in here. And like, they even got a male Medusa style being in this one. Uh, I liked how these two work together. Uh, they play around jokingly with their goofing off, their catchphrase, and all that stuff. But it's fun watching them battle through this, see what they can do to try and defeat the beings that emerge from them finding these ruins or whatever you want to call them in the cave. All these writings and stuff that set off stuff to get their story going, and I want more of it. I definitely like the Trashman character the most, probably out of these two, but they work out great together. So I'd like to see them more stories about them in the future. And then we have Alpha Red. This is also by this is art and story by James Q. Nguyen. Then we got Gabriel Casada, Micro Gresslin, and Josh Shelton and Blambot. So this is part 1 of 5. I'm definitely gonna have to find out more about this one because I like this character. He kind of like gets his abilities. We get to his origin story in here. We find out why he has this suit, why he's got these powers, and just how he's working with an organization, who the organization is, how it plays out, and where it's going to take him in the future. But obviously, this is the first of 5 issues, so it's basically just getting you set up for it. But you get to find out what gives him his powers, and you get to watch him learn about his abilities, what kind of things he finds out he ends up having after they set him up with the item to give him the powers. It's set up. It's got religious based power component to it. Uh, but he's definitely a fun character. I kind of like the flow of this storyline. It makes me feel a lot like I'm reading kind of like a early version of Local Man, Tim Seeley's comic book. And just the character has that style of character feel to him. Is outside the things that are going around in the background around him and stuff. And it's just don't want to give anything away about what he's going through and stuff. But yeah, this is a startup to get to find out more about him. But yeah, I want to definitely check out all 5 issues. I don't know how many they have out yet. Stuff I will have to find out. But we also get in here teaser to the Black Blossom. This girl that's just a little badass. Got like a little kick ass in her. And she's a lot of fun. I can see this definitely being one I'm gonna have to follow along on. Also, I love how she holds herself around the bullies and how she deals with everything around her. Just a fun, quick little like 4-page teaser to that character, but I will definitely be finding out, following more on that character if it's out there in the future, and I will let you know what's up with that. Then the one that caught my eye, pulled me into their set of tables. Corn Dog, issue 1. 2, and 3. This is going on beyond these 3, apparently. Postcard style picture cards, some of the characters that they have in their lineups that I'm definitely interested in getting to know more about in the future. Our corn dog character, for starters, I had problems with him with his tidy whities. They make it all right partway through this book and explain why. So that was nice to see. It cracked me up. But well, here you have it, my friends. Corn dog, you're fired. Issue number 1. Yeah, it took a little while to get it done, but it's here. You have a copy in your hands and ready to read and say, what the? I'd like to thank everyone that's backed me up on this goofy comic book, and also those of you who will hopefully be adding it to your shiny comic book collection. So with that said, read away and enjoy. This is for you. Things are going to get weird. I thought maybe that would give a little bit more history or something, and I always like to read the stuff off the covers. So, uh, it's basically what you expect. A corn dog style character. Just all kinds of goofiness. Lots of fun. He's basically in between jobs. Gets fired a lot. Has his little friend that has her bakery that he hangs out with every now and then. But he's hurting. He needs money. Needs to find himself a job. And while he's searching for a job, all kinds of interesting things happen. He ends up on the doorsteps of some scary, funny characters. Along the way, he gets a job as a mascot. As you can see here, he's in kind of a mascot outfit. Uh, it's just every time he gets a job, something happens that's not his fault, but yet he gets fired for it because they don't get to see what's actually going on. And this poor guy just keeps trying to make some cash so he can pay his rent. He's got like 1 week left now until he's going to end up with a pretty crappy job. But yeah, you just keep following him along the way. And then some kids and beans that pick on him end up crossing his path again. And he just keeps getting tortured no matter what he goes through. And his little bakery friend tries to help him out every now and then, but it's just, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this character too. So it's a nice group of creators. I was glad I met them. I was going to put all their stuff out individually, but I figured I'd just put it in a group context just because I got a lot of videos to work on right now. So as I buy more from them in the future, then I will have more reviews and stuff. So we'll see if I single them out more that way. But for now, you got an example of 4 different style creators. I'd almost want to say 5 because that one comic didn't have the Joe Spicer in it. So, and then this one is done by Adrian Fernandez and color flats by Rachel Soddy. So we will be letting you know what happens, what we pick up. You'll see along the way. Definitely get the reviews as we read them. Just as a variety of different things in my MS brain just has to recall everything as I'm trying to review it. And it's like have stuff set in my brain, then it like disappears as soon as I start recording. Of course. But yeah, a lot of fun. Some religious based powers and stuff like that, but nothing that I think anybody could read. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the different versions of things that I checked out, but It's a nice variety. I like how they're building their own company, putting out a variety of different things. So you're getting a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It works out really nice. So check those out. I'll have everything in the show notes that I have from them. And rate, review, tell a friend, subscribe, help me get those subscriptions up there. I'd love to break that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can actually get monetized for my work. But until then, we will keep putting out as much fun as we can. Check out @ under the Collab MS, and you'll be able to link up to all my YouTubes, Instagrams, all that stuff, and see anything that I put out there. I also usually hashtag up anything nowadays with the videos and stuff, so you can always look on those pages also. And more things interesting coming soon. More MightyCon reviews coming soon, so keep following those. And we'll be back with something eventually. Something. All right. Talk to you again soon. Check out the goodness. Check out Starcross Comics. And we'll be back. Bye. If I can figure out how to shut it off.